While we're talking about economic development, the big issue here recently, I'm sure you're aware of it, is the proposed Mounds Lake Reservoir. And I was just wondering, at the state level,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got people that are following what's going on here.
We sure do.
But what's your feeling toward this project?
Well, from the time I was in Congress representing East Central Indiana to the time as governor, I've thought there was much merit to the concept. Obviously,
Right.
It's all about the details, and it's all about making sure that it's the kind of project that is developed on the basis of consensus across the region in Delaware County and in Madison County, and that people buy into that vision. But I frankly have always been intrigued by it. We've certainly supported in diverse ways the development of that concept, and will continue to. I think there's so many great things about East Central Indiana. I'm having represented this area for 12 years. I know every nook and cranny of this area and the great people who are here. I'm interested in whatever the appropriate role is for the state to make it possible for these communities to explore that in an appropriate way.
Well, the next step is a Phase 3 study, which the estimated cost is $28 million. Do you see any state funds going to help with that study?
Well, we'll look at it as appropriate and talk with members of the General Assembly who represent this area. But we've provided some resources for the first two phases up to this point, and we'll take a fair look at it. I just think it's. I've just always been intrigued by it, Ken. There's great traditions in this community, great attractiveness in this community, and the vision for that reservoir serves both the long-term water interest of the state of Indiana, which is something we're talking more and more about in this state, but also the opportunity to really develop this region in a fresh way that will attract more investment and more people to the community.